Let me hit our recording sign.
Yes, please.
Which, by the way, I redid that too. So it shouldn't overheat anymore.
Oh, was it doing that?
Yeah, and that's why the tape was falling off.
Oh.
Because it was overheating and the tape glue was coming off. So put some more holes in. Hopefully it won't
Get some
overheat
more
anymore.
Did you put more gaff tape on it?
I had to redo it with gaff tape, yes.
You just put a little fan in the back. So when it comes on, it just blows out the back.
If I
Sucks
have
the heat
to,
up.
that's the next step is I'm going to put a little 9-volt fan on it and have it blow the air out the back. So, yeah. Yeah, the little things you don't think about with on-air signs, people. Heat. Yeah. Okay. So, hot YouTubers, we're back, and we're going to talk about this episode. I don't think this is going to be a long discussion, to be honest with you. But we'll see. We'll see. Hey folks, welcome back to this episode of the GalaxyCast as we talk about the latest version of Star Wars Resistance, that is to us, and this is Season 1, Episode 6, titled The Children from Tehar. You know, it's interesting, again, on this website here, TV Maze, they sum it up in one sentence. Kaz searches for 2 missing children for a sizable reward, only to discover the First Order is also hunting for them. Good, we're done. And thank you very much. We're done. That's pretty much the whole episode.
Okay, we can leave now? Okay.
This was one of those weird episodes where, like, I wanted something to happen yet again. Like, they...
Well, first of all, we'll go right from the beginning. It once again starts off with... Goofing up. What's it? Kaz screwing up again, destroying some piece of valuable equipment. He's got to go and get it replaced with no money. How many times has he damaged something, lost something, has no money to replace it, has to beg, borrow, whatever, has to go see the people who are going to fix the thing, to bring the thing back, to fix the ship that's going to fly. They're doing a lot of repetition here, and he keeps making the same mistakes, and he's not a likable character because he does stupid stuff. It's not this endearing comedic trait to me. It's making him annoying.
You know what I'm really kind of annoyed with? For all this racing that this platform's supposed to be doing.
We've seen none of it.
When do they race? Like, we've seen one race this whole time. And it was kind of a wimpy race, to be honest, at that. So, like, I don't get it. We keep working on these ships to what end? Like, for what? For what purpose? I don't get it. I don't understand what they're doing with that or why we're having these races or what role. I don't know. I just don't get it. I don't understand this mechanic race pilot thing that's going on. I just don't get it.
They've done the whole storytelling through telling you, not showing you, where it's better when you can see the world working and you get the sense of how it's happening, but instead they tell you there's races and a hierarchy, and they're verbally giving you all the information. There's tons of scenes in this episode, them going to the market, doing all these things. Why aren't these set against the backdrop of most people being in an audience watching a race while they go do their thing, making the races happen in the background, getting the sense that they're occurring often. People aren't, maybe they're getting away with what they're doing because people are busy watching the race. Show us that the race is at least going on in the background. Use that as your settings rather than just people walking around this platform.
Yeah,
but then you never see in the races.
They can't do the races because they don't have any gas.
Oh, yeah, it's fuel.
It's a fuel issue, yes. So, long story short, we have these 2 children that end up on the station. They're from Tehar, and Kaz is trying to hunt them down because he wants the reward money.
20,000 credits.
To send them back. You know, did it not dawn on this character anywhere that there's a reward on these kids' heads for a reason? Like, what would that reason be? Like, you know what I mean? Like, he just jumps on, it's 20,000 credits. I need to go get...
His assumption is they're lost. His assumption is, oh, hey, these kids are somehow got separated from where they're supposed to be, and I'm doing a good deed.
Send them back to their parents. You know
I'm doing a good deed. Really, if you get lost in the Star Wars universe, that means you end up on a wrong planet? How did that happen?
Or better yet, if you get separated from your parents, there's going to be a bounty on your head to find you. Like, that part didn't make sense to me. I'm like, that's not viable. I don't know. It just didn't seem conceivable.
And then again...
It was inconceivable that this whole thing could even be that way.
We had the worst ever MacGuffin coincidence happen with... Literally, these kids have not been seen on this platform or on this planet. They could be anywhere in the friggin' system.
Right.
Galaxy, even. Who knows where they are? What city are they at? They could be on the same planet, but on another city. think about what are the chances of people coming to Earth and ending up right where you are.
Right.
But yet alone, they go literally walking out onto the platform and bump into the kids right there. They're there when they needed to be to progress the story. It was just so
bizarre,
unbelievably convenient for the story to work. It wasn't even a hint that there was a reason they went to this platform. You know what I mean? It's like,
did they even tell us how they got to the platform?
Well, the kids had it stored away on a cargo vessel, and sooner or later it must have done a drop off at the platform. Is what I assume.
Somewhere along the way.
They were talking about how they escaped their planet by storing on a cargo vessel.
That's right. They did mention that. Yeah.
I assume that eventually brought them here.
What about the turtle creatures that we used?
I wish they were a little more Star Wars-y. They were too much just turtles.
Yeah.
I wish they had some other elements to their design that made them a bit more alien, that resembled turtles. Same with the Goat Man.
Right. Well, the Goddle was supposed to be a Goddle, but he was a Goat Man. And
it was a bit too much of a Goat Man for me, and I was like, okay, I get it. Star Wars throws some of those characters up that are like that, but they also are very creative in some of their designs usually. And in this case, none of the aliens were super unique. They were things we know, turtles and goats, just in space, talking.
Yeah. I felt like we missed an episode of Zootopia. Like the turtles should have been going, ah!
I like the sloths.
Right. Like, I don't know. I didn't like the turtle characters, and of course, Gary, you called them what?
Ninja Turtles.
Ninja Turtles. So they kind of really.
So they weren't Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. They're
just Ninja Turtles.
They were senior alien engineer turtles.
Yes.
Senior alien engineer turtles. Senior alien engineer turtles. Turtle power.
I think we should turn that into something right there.
That needs to be a commercial. Senior alien engineer turtles.
And give each one just a colored, line across them. Yeah, anyway. So I didn't like those characters at all. And that didn't help the story at all, either. And then we have the First Order. And, so you bring in Phasma, which, everybody's supposed to get all excited about. Ooh, Phasma's in this episode. And I was like, first off, the only thing Phasma was the entire time was a hologram.
Yeah.
So, okay, great. Phasma's in there as a hologram. And then we have this Commander Pyre, which I don't understand. If Phasma's a captain and he's a commander, why would the captain have silver armor and the commander has gold armor?
Because in space, silver is much more rare.
Right? Like,
it's not silver armor, it's space platinum.
Oh, I get it. Okay.
It's chrome.
It's chrome? Is that...
Chrome is more valuable than gold or silver.
Okay. All right. Still not buying it, but okay.
So if she's chrome and he's a pyre, which is a type of fire, she's chrome and he's Firefox?
Oh, yeah. Google, and I never even thought of that. That's a valid point.
One of them's a Netscape.
Right. One of them's going to have black armor. That's what it is. That's your Netscape.
That's going to be Ask Jeeves. With the black armor.
No, I thought that would be brown armor. So, anyway, I didn't understand the First Order in multiple ways. First off, that part of it I didn't understand. I didn't understand the fact that they get to the station. Look, there's the children.
And they can't catch up.
Why don't they stun the children right there on the platform? Like, look there. I could have taken a gun, turned it around backwards, and thrown it and hit a child on the head. Faster than they tried to shoot at them. I don't... Like, yet again.
And how many times...
about blocking all the time, right?
And how many times was their escape closing a door just in time? I think it happened three times. We just got that door closed. Yeah. Oh, we just got this door closed. Oh, we just got this door closed.
These doors are blaster-proof.
That's what I was about to say. Then we get to the bottom door, and he's like, no worries, it's blaster-proof. Really? Have you seen Star Wars? Like, have you ever watched... Like, from the beginning of the first Star Wars movie. Like, we go back to Phantom Menace. They're knocking doors open. All the way back to A New Hope. They're blasting doors open in the Death Star. So do you think your little two-door system is any better than the platform on A New Hope, really? I mean, like, I don't get that. I did not... Okay, so we have the little planned escape at the end where they jump off the platform into the water. Faking their deaths. What'd you guys think of that? Was that a cool way to end the episode?
I didn't hate the plan.
Okay.
I thought it worked okay. I knew that's what they were going to basically do, was fake their deaths.
Yeah.
But visually it kind of worked for me overall. The fact that they didn't just, it would have been worse, and I could see the way they do these things if they had done this, where the kids just vanished, where they just went over the edge and they look out and they see the water and like, oh, must have fallen to their deaths and walked away. That was my fear. That was what they were going to do. But the fact that they dropped out, well, the fact that the kids dropped and then you hear the splash.
Okay.
I'm like, okay, they dropped something. And when they come out and they see the water ripples, I'm like, that's more convincing. You'd think they fell the whole way, you know, and all that stuff. So it was okay. Was it good? No. There's no good about any of this, but it was okay.
Well, the part I didn't understand is they have the scanner, right? And they're scanning the water. Why not scan the area around that as well? And wouldn't you have picked up life signs right underneath you?
The metal was blocking it.
But, like, all this technology they have in the world, heads-up displays in their helmet, and they have the worst scanning technology, like, ever. First off, why do you have to pull out an external scanner? If you've got a heads-up display in your helmet, you don't have thermal imaging or nothing?
It is not the worst scanner in the universe. Star Trek has the worst scanners in the universe because a level 1 diagnostic never discovers anything.
True.
They always have to go to don't even run.
Level 2,
why don't they just go right away to a level 2 diagnostic?
Yeah, like, why are we doing level 1
Level 1 never has found anything ever in the history of Star Trek. That's the worst scanner in any sci-fi universe.
I don't know. I think the worst scanner actually might be the one they use in Aliens.
Oh, the
tracker? Yeah. It just doesn't tell you where it's coming.
It's above,
moving.
below.
It's
there's
moving.
movement.
You just don't know where. It could be moving anywhere.
Well, we know that something's moving.
Right? Like, I've always said those are the worst. Why would you use those trackers? They could be, there could be a whole pack of rats coming at you, and you'd be thinking they're aliens.
Is it showing you the hallway schematic so we at least know? No, it's just showing me dots.
Right. And they're moving. That's all we know.
What they needed a loth cat.
Oh, God.
And the loth cat in the water just swimming in a circle. Doing the cat scan.
And then on top of the loth cat are the 2 droids from the desert. Yeah, so that would have made this whole episode a whole heck of a lot better.
No. The one that's still in hyperspace.
There you go.
Being controlled by the alien pilot.
She's still on the planet.
I got a question for you guys, though. What's the deal with the water on this planet? Why can't anybody be in the water? Why is water poison?
That was a big drop. I think that
that
level of fall would have killed him.
Really? You think that's what the danger was? The level of fall?
Hitting water from that height is like hitting concrete. That would kill you.
All right. I don't know. I've done some pretty tall jumps in my days.
Have you seen this? This thing is up like a 12 to 20-story building off the water. That's pretty damn far.
You ever watched a Navy man jump off a plane, parachute down, jump 50 feet from the parachute into the water?
Well, 50 feet is... A story in a building, a story is 12 feet. So if this is a 20-story building, that is a 140-foot drop.
If you know how to do it,
these are also kids. 2
kids
kids and no clothing, no gear.
2 kids, no clothing, no gear. Yeah, I get it. But you know what I'm saying, right? Like, there's this thing about the water in the station. Like, not just in this episode, with all of them. It's like water's poison or something. I'm like, people, we all bathe in it, we all swim in it. Like, why are we making this a big deal that there's water under the station? So what? Like, I don't know.
Maybe it's not water.
Well, that's not the way they portrayed it in any of these episodes.
Maybe it reacts to them like in that whole Alien Nation movie. It's like battery acid to them.
I don't know.
Maybe it's fuel.
They've been sitting on it all this time. Okay, I loathe to do this because I kind of know what the answer is going to be.
You loathe Cat to do this?
I loath Cat to do this. But
well, I loathe Wolf you, so
damn it, you beat me to it. I was going to loathe Wolf it myself. But we have to rate this episode, so I loathe Owl this. So 0s don't bother, 10's a must see. Anybody want to go first to like kill this thing right off?
Okay, I'm going to go higher than you guys. I'm going to give it like a 4. Which is probably going to be higher than you guys. Only because some of the conversation I liked.
Okay.
Some of the discussions where the commander and the thing was talking to Phasma and he's kind of playing the politics game with her, like, I'm going to give you information. But he's obviously walking some fine line because, he doesn't know what's going on yet with the First Order. I liked the fact that they tied in Kylo Ren. That Kylo Ren slaughtered a planet, and that's the secret. These kids witnessed it and know what the First Order's doing, and that's kind of dangerous. That there were witnesses to a guy descending with a lightsaber and slaughtering a planet,
Right.
So I thought, okay, that's at least a nice tie-in. I still remark that I like the visual style sometimes. There are sequences and angles and lighting and some of the modeling of the environment that I dig. I wish they were doing more with it. It's so frustrating that some of it looks cool and they're not doing anything with it. So for the little things like, oh, hey, there's, Kylo Ren being mentioned and a tie-in with the greater Star Wars universe, and the fact that that information's making it back to the Rebellion, tying into Leia Organics. We have that little talk at the end. There's at least a couple connections. Is it a must-see? No, I can't give it above a 4.
Okay. Gary, where would you rate this one? How many pillows?
I'm going to give it a Canto Bright horse.
Which is what number? I don't even know.
I didn't like him in The Last Jedi, and I don't like this thing now.
So I'd say 0?
Yeah, big fat goose egg.
Okay. You did fall asleep through this one. I want to point our audience out to that.
A loaf goose egg.
Loaf goose egg. I actually was going to give this one a little higher. I was going to give it a 4 too, Eric. For almost.
So you're giving it a 42?
4 as well. I'm giving it a 4 as well. Almost for the same reasons. I do like the fact that at the end we've got this question of what was this thing that was handed over to
the symbol.
The symbol. And I'm hoping at some point we reveal what that symbol is, and it's not just something that they just throw off and we never find out.
Right.
I'm hoping that's a thing we find out later. So it generated some interest for me in that regard. I do like the fact that we're now finally seeing Kaz reporting back to the
Resistance. He did his first bit of spying.
Right. We actually see some spying going on, and he reports back to the Resistance. So we're seeing that that's actually happening for the first time. I'm not sure that this was all that exciting to be reporting back, other than
here's the thing.
Ren thing.
He said Leia Organa is going to want to hear about
really
this.
Interested.
It's her son. She's going to want to know.
Right. She's going to want to know. So, okay, there's that moment.
Yeah.
But like you said, there's just not, other than those two things, as little holdouts. The rest of this episode just really had a non-impact.
It's slow moving.
Slow moving.
Imagine intercutting each of these episodes with a race.
Right.
Where we see shots of the race going on
behind the scenes.
There's a sense of action and activity happening on the base that at least builds up the energy level of the episode. So the things we're watching, and you hear cheers muffled in the distance, so something happened, or an explosion, someone crashed. You don't need to see it. You just get the sense that racing is going on, which was the point. And it ties in with the whole idea of him being a mechanic for a racing platform. It just needs...
There's a level of energy missing from these episodes, and that might be it, Eric. Maybe we just need some racing or something going on. But
imagine even a cool visual of them being up in the tower meeting with the commander,
right?
And as Kaz is sitting there, the shadows of ships go across him. Things are passing outside the window. Something's happening.
Something. Yeah, I agree with you. It just seems to be bland and blah and not moving anywhere. And I don't get it. I don't get what they're trying to do. I don't get what this show's trying to do. Okay, so those were our thoughts on Star Wars Resistance. Yet again, folks, I feel like we need to apologize, but I'm not apologizing. This is the show that we're given here.
This show has been renewed for a second season already. So,
well, that's what I'm talking about. I'm surprised it's already been renewed. So those are our thoughts. We'd love to hear from you. Head over to GalaxyCast.com. Let us know. Go on our Twitter, our Facebook. Go find us on YouTube. Leave us some comments. We'd love to know what you have to say. As we always like to say here in the Star Production Studios,
may the Force be with those who listen. To Shatterpoints.
And BB-8.
And Jedi Killer Dillion.
Golly.
Shazam.
Yeah, I did stop. Sorry. All right, I don't think there's really much else we can say. Thanks, YouTube world.
This show's got to pick up.
Oh my gosh, it has to. This is getting crazy. It's getting absolutely crazy. So, but we're going to continue doing it. Why? Because we love torturing ourselves. So, all right, we'll see you next week.
Because I like sleep.
Goodbye.